Welcome, FNews57 here. We're playing some Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and today I'm going to be showing you how to absolutely min-max your score so that you can get between 8 and 11,000 score per match. It's super easy to do, and this will give you more XP as well as help you grind out the Proving Grounds event. So if you don't know, we have a new leaderboard event. The perfect time to start it is now, with about 2 days left at the time of recording. I personally think this event is shit. I was never a fan of the leaderboard events in Black Ops 6, and they only made it worse by putting it in multiplayer. So I got a not terribly sweaty leaderboard, and I don't plan on farming this event, but I'm going to show you how to do it just in case you guys want the rewards. Top spot is an animated calling card. Top 5 does get a nice animated camo, so if that's your cup of tea, go for it. There is also guaranteed rewards that you will get a blueprint as well as some XP tokens, charms, things like that if you get 80,000 score in the event. And depending on how good you are at multiplayer, you should be able to do that really quickly. Within like 10 games. So as far as loadout, entirely personal preference. You can do whatever you want with your loadout. It is, like I said, completely and utterly personal preference. Whatever weapons you want. For this, I'm using the Akita. Just basic, we don't have much unlocked for it. Basic hip fire to slight ADS movement speed buff. The shotgun is honestly kind of broken. That's not where most of our score is going to come from, though. Most of our score is going to come from this right here, the squad link. And as far as the overclock is concerned, it's personal preference. Command relay, I've been testing. It seems to work a little bit better if your placement is good. If your placement isn't good, then I would say just, for ease sake, use frequency booster because it almost doubles the area. We're also going to cover the game modes here in a moment. I recommend using smoke if you have the overclock for squad smoke where you earn increased score from assists. That's extremely helpful. If not, go ahead and use decoys. It doesn't matter what you use with the decoy. I just have efficient battery on there for an overclock. As far as an explosive, I would recommend cluster grenades just because they last the longest, but you could also use something like Semtex's, frags, or even a molly would honestly be quite good. And that's going to come down to where we have our perks. Now, I personally prefer Gearhead so that you get 2 charges of your field upgrade, meaning you can cover more area with the squad link, and if one gets destroyed early or the spawns flip, you can go ahead and throw down another one. If you want, you can use that, but it's not as good when you have the shotgun because, unfortunately, then we kind of need gung-ho. So, again, personal preference at that point. Blast Link is going to give us more score when our explosives mark enemies, and since this benefit is granted to all allies, it's a nice little way to get some extra score, but again, you can use whatever you want. Bankroll is simply going to allow us to get our score streaks faster, which is going to be very helpful for this. Now, as far as score streaks are concerned, you're going to want to run, in my opinion, the UAV care package and counter UAV. If you don't like care packages, that's perfectly fine. They do take a while to call in, which will slow down your game. So you could very easily just use a scout pulse, which is pretty helpful and will get you some extra score, or something like a skewer for a couple of quick kills. Or if you really wanted to go crazy and you're a super freak, you could run like LDBR, sentry guns, the Watchdog Helo, and double that up with wild cards as well. It's entirely personal preference. Now, that is another reason why I don't like this event being in multiplayer because, well, it can be boosted fairly easily. There's various techniques like using VPNs to get into easier lobbies, which I don't pay for that service, so I don't have that luxury. You can also use reverse boosting where you have a low KD friend host, and that usually will get you into a little bit easier lobby. It doesn't always work, but it's been a thing for a while. And then, of course, there's paying companies money for actual bot lobbies. So this leaderboard can be manipulated too easy. That's also not counting the various glitches, the invisibility glitch, the gunfighter glitch, the perk greed glitch, the score streak glitch with Highroller, which I will show you in case you're wondering how people do it, but I personally wouldn't really use it. I'm just going to show how it works and that it does work. So again, entirely personal preference what you want to do on it. This is just so that you can min-max score. By the way, don't feel too bad if you don't have smokes. If you don't have the overclock squad smoke for the smoke, that's fine. You don't have to use it. You can use decoys. If you don't have gung-ho and use the shotgun, that's fine too. You can use any other weapon that you want. Just swap out gung-ho for gearhead so that your equipment recharges and you get that extra charge of the field upgrade. I cannot emphasize enough how important squad link is. You can use that in combination with any weapon you want. I was still getting 9 to 10,000 score per game, and that was just using like an LMG, an AR, SMG. I've been testing this for days trying to figure out the absolute best methods, and this is what I've been able to kind of come up with and recommend. It's still a bit of a pain in the butt to grind, but hey, if you're a super freak at multiplayer, then just go ahead and do that. Now, as far as the high roller, if you're wondering how people are always having the same score streak or calling in multiple of the same score streak back to back, that's how they're doing it. They're doubling up with the high roller. You're not technically supposed to be able to do that, but if you want to take advantage of it, because I'm sure it's going to be patched, I'll show you how you do it. You will need to have some other score streaks obviously unlocked and equipped. So basically what you want to do is have any 3 score streaks equipped, but make sure that the score streak either to the left or right of the score streak you want to double up is not equipped. And then what you're going to do is simply highlight the score streak to the left or right of the score streak you want, and very quickly tap on the D-pad in the direction of the score streak you want and press the A button. What it should do is bring up a screen like that where you'll be able to equip the score streak twice, and then simply tap the right trigger to go ahead and switch it to the wildcard slot, at which point you can swap out any of your original 3 score streaks and, you know, keep the one that you wanted double of, which will allow you to earn double of that score streak at the same time. It's honestly pretty spicy. Now, as far as a game type and map, ideally Nuketown 24/7 is going to be the game mode that you want, and you really want to find hardpoint or you want to find domination. Those are going to be your best modes to earn the most score. Ideally, you don't want to just complete them right away. Plus, you're looking for a not super high level leaderboard, so this, or I should say lobby, not leaderboard. This one might be a little sweaty. Most of the players in this board are higher level, so they should have most things unlocked. But considering the glitch that allows you to use locked items simply by making a class in a private match and then copying the class and then deleting the class in the regular match and then switching to the other class that you were on in private match, it's a pain in the butt. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you can use locked items. So if you just prestige and have nothing unlocked, yeah, that's how people are using stuff that is normally locked without using a prestige token or being the level required. Anyways, all you're going to do is you're going to start off the match just like normal. And if you're lucky enough to get hardpoint, you can get more score because teams group up a little bit. I am far from the best at multiplayer, so I will try to show you what we want to do. We basically just always want to be in our smoke, or at least have the smoke on the field for our teammates. Obviously, it's Nuketown, and yeah, I'm just not a fan of this map at all. But you're going to be getting assist from your smoke. You're going to be getting blast assist, and if your teammates are even remotely decent, then you'll be able to get a whole bunch of assist score, which is phenomenal. It shouldn't take long, especially if you're in the hard point and always in your smoke, to go ahead and grab your score streaks. And once you have your score streaks, then your score is just going to start to roll in a lot easier. Now, again, I'm not the best here, so we're having a little bit of a rough time. And I usually use an AR. I like my range, but shotguns work really well for this, because you can just go ahead and constantly keep this active here. I thought I had him there. It really ramps up once you get your score streaks active. But you're always tossing your smoke in. Of course, I'm pretty sure that a lot of folks are doing the exact same thing right now. So that's why I like decoys, because a lot of teammates don't like smokes here. I'm getting my ass handed to me. All we're trying to do is just get any assist points that we can, wait long enough. Of course, he's up top there. I didn't drop my grenade. Like I said, this was going to be a harder lobby, unfortunately. You get 100 score for an elim, whether you actually get the finishing blow on it in the enemy or not. And then 125 if it's a headshot. So basically we're just waiting for squad link here. People love to hide in the corners on Nuketown, jump around. If you can get in the hard point, get in the objective, it does help out. There we go. See, I earned my care package, and by earning my care package with the particular Highroller glitch, we earned 2 care packages. You can do that with any score streak. Again, it's just coming down to luck of how the lobby that you get in is. Always be putting out those smokes. Now that I showed that this works, though, I'm not going to actually be using it anymore. It's just not my cup of tea to go ahead and be using glitches in multiplayer like that. But it is fun to see, because once you get started, it's just crazy. Now what we want to do is position squad link somewhere that is an area it's not necessarily going to instantly get destroyed at, which is easier said than done, because folks love to toss explosives and EMP grenades. So I find putting it like upstairs is perfect. And then we have all of our UAVs and counter UAVs, which it might not seem like a whole lot, but it's a lot. That extra 5-10 points plus everything from squad link coming in really helps. Now if you can place your squad link in an area where it's protected, it's gonna do really good. So like right now we have that whole double scoring active. I have it placed here just in the house above where the enemies were. Save our teammate there. If you're using care packages take time to come in. That's the downside to it. And of course there's the whole thing about where, yeah, you can, you know, get the spawns flipped on you and lose your care package. So again, it just depends on like how sweaty the lobby is that you're in. If it's super sweaty, then well, you're kind of stuck, because if you're using the care packages, you're either waiting to get your care package or potentially running the risk of flipping the spawn and giving the enemy a advantage.
Enemy cluster grenade. Hardpoint locked down.
But just try to put bullets on everything. We are performing terribly. Remember that kills granted by score streaks are not worth as much. You're getting like 25 points as opposed to getting 100 for a ballistic elim. And that's also why we like to get all of those assists. Staying in the objective, playing the objective, being the first into the hard point, or capturing a zone, clearing a zone, all of those fun things will help you out considerably with score. But again, it's entirely personal preference. I feel like this game is just hit marker city. So maybe shotguns are not my cup of tea. Come on. Land their care package. This is definitely far from my best game. I'm just always putting that smoke down. And also, any score streak that requires you to control it is going to overall lessen the amount of score that you're going to get. just because, well, it takes your time to go ahead and control that score streak. So you want score streaks that you personally don't have to control. Of course, there's the whole spawn flipping, spawn camping strat. It's everywhere. It's Nuketown. Dying is actually not necessarily a bad thing. I like to put my squad link right there. Just your teammates going through squad link. If you have the overclock on that gives double score, it grants you 30 just for your teammates walking through it. If not, it's 15. Like, I mean, there's a lot of assist score that you get, assuming that you have even 3/4 of the way good teammates. You're gonna get a lot of assist score. I'm also playing with a controller that has really bad stick drift, and that's not helping me today.
Timeline expired. UAV.
So you can see we're just having all that linked teammate score. All of that rolls in.
Clean it up, Black Ops. This isn't over yet.
Every piece of equipment they put down, like grenade and whatnot, all of that score. I don't think we're going to win this game here. This is a really bad game for me, to be honest.
Hardpoint locked down. Enemy grenade. EMP, get ready.
UAV available.
Authorizing UAV mission. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Enemy UAV.
But we already have 6,700 score, which is actually really, really low. And you can see there, I've got got all of my score streaks here. Even if we die, it's not a big deal. It sucks for your KD, yes, but dying actually overall is a benefit because we get our smokes back. And every time we can just dip in here, get our capture points.
UAV standing by.
Hardpoint is active.
I mean, ideally you don't want to lose, of course.
Hardpoint locked down.
UAV above. Sensors are
And there's always explosives. There's different score setups that you could run if you want. Different perks, obviously. There's so many explosives being thrown around, especially in the Nuketown map, that, you know, you may want to run explosive resistance.
TACOM, establish counter UAV overflight.
If you are chilling inside, make sure that you chill in the objective area. And then once again, we're going to put our squad link somewhere.
The hardpoint.
Ideally somewhere that's not going to get instantly shredded by the first grenade or, you know, the first EMP that's tossed in there.
Authorizing UAV mission.
Also, it does reveal all of the enemies that are within range, so that's another helpful thing with the squad link, outside of just earning score. But do be aware that using smokes can be annoying to your teammates.
UAV prepped for launch.
Deploy CUAV in my AO.
Images above. Jamming hostile radar. Timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
We got like 7K score already, and this is a bad match for me, so
Hostile UAV established above. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I'm not getting very many kills at all. I'm playing pretty bad here.
Forces have destroyed your CUAV.
Hardpoint locked down. Enemy CUAV established overhead.
And like I said, I'm not using the double score streak. I just wanted to show you guys that that is how it is done in case folks are actually interested in it. You can always keep throwing up your UAVs and whatnot. And unfortunately, that was a bad showing. But still, 9,000 score on a defeat, on a bad showing. Yeah, not bad. Definitely not my best game, but what was that game time-wise? Like, not even 10, 12 minutes? And obviously, if your team was better and if you're a better player, you'll be able to get even more score. So, if the shotgun's not your cup of tea, like the shotgun isn't my cup of tea, switch that perk out. Go ahead and switch your weapon out. Maybe play back a little bit more defensively, and you'll probably have a better experience. But if you just want to go balls to the wall, chucking nades and smokes as much as you can, it is a super effective way to go ahead and get scores. So, I know, not the best performance there, but that is a super fantastic way of doing it. Plus, like I said, we were showing that you can do the 4 score streak thing, but I wasn't using my score streaks to my advantage. So if I was using my score streaks to my advantage, that would be going even faster on the score. I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a comment. I'll show you, well, I'll try to help out or show you the best ways to do things. And of course, make sure that you subscribe for more content. Till next time, my brothers and sisters, thy legion, stay frosty.